Shalom. Give all praise and honor and glory going to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Krakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to all you occupants out there pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity by way of the highways and byways, going on the streets teaching and preaching, and also by way of the internet. Shalom to you, very few Aqua, few sisters is out there listening and learning. It's your brother Nayat, and I'm back with another news update. So we got quite a few videos I had put together. So it's a collage of videos as always. I'm thinking about just letting this one play through since this is probably going to be like a longer video. My next lesson, all right, that I'm going to post, it'd be dealing with Esau, okay? Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, all right? Because he's not really white, he's red, all right? But anyway, we just really gonna get into this. This is for fair use, and educational purposes only. And this is not for any kinds of monetary gain or any of these videos. All right, it's for educational purposes only. All right, and fair use. So I'm just gonna really just get into it.
Men need multiple wives. Yeah, I said it. One can be in charge of cooking, one can be in charge of cleaning, one can be in charge of the kids, the finances. Think of how much ground you can cover if there's more than one wife for that king. All right, then. You know, if that guy's protecting, providing, making sure the house is good, y'all are good, what is the problem? And I don't want to hear, oh, no, that's cheating. No, baby girl, it's bigger than that. There's an order, there's a structure to it. You know, kings deserve an empire. What is wrong with having more than one woman that can come, put in, provide, and you guys can take care of each other? Like, there's no better sense of unity. I stand by it all the way. And I don't want to hear, what about the woman? What about the woman? It's not the same. Men spread the legacy. It's totally different. So women, do not compare yourself to the men. It's totally different. Take it how you want to take it, but I have no regrets of what I said. Let's make this a universal thing where men have more than one wife. Okay? Okay.
So that woman that got knocked out in Cincinnati.
And hey, men can have more than one wife anyway, so you're starting to see this happen. All right. Isaiah 4:1, you know.
Cincinnati, that white lady, and everybody on the internet that was racist was saying black men knocked her out. I just watched the video and clearly a white man punched her and knocked her out. You see how quick these people are to say black people are feral animals that attack unopposing white women that don't do anything to them randomly, when in the video you clearly see a white man knocking her out. How do you confuse a white man for somebody black? I just can't. I can't with this fake race wars nonsense that y'all are trying to start. Vivek and all these other ones, just nonsense. Like, I'm going to leave my comments to myself on the situation because fights and stuff happen all the time. It is awful what happened to her, but it wasn't nobody black. It was somebody white. Go after your own.
So today I hear about the white community is pissed off at a white man for what he posted. I don't know who the white man is, but I'm like, let me go find out what is all the outrage about. And I'm going to let you hear what the man said. And maybe you can tell me as a white citizen, you know, or any other human, you know, why would people be pissed off at him about this opinion?
I don't want to see one more white creator clutch their pearls or tell me how they're horrified or how they want to leave the country and how you're having a mental breakdown and how it's too much to handle about what's happening in this country. I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about it. I truly don't. You got a fraction of an inch of what it's like to be black in this country. Feels pretty shitty, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Do you know why we're here? here is because our demographic, primarily white men who this land was designed to benefit, didn't stand up with people of color, with our black brothers and sisters, with the Native Americans, with minorities, because it didn't affect them. That's why we're here. There is the class war, eat the rich, yes. This is about the original sin of this country. Make America white again, because that's what they want. Last night I was on a live, and this lady was just heartbroken. She's like, I don't know, like, we had, 75 years of progress, and it's all being taken away. And I asked a question, and I think it's the right question. Was it progress, or was it just suppressed? I would argue the latter, because it sure feels like this racism is like a reservoir, and it's a volume of water behind a dam, and it's been dying to push out. And that's what this Klan leader is in the White House. He is that outlet for the dam. He unleashed it. It was there. Our neighbors, our friends, our family, they were always racist. He just said, hey, little Billy, hey, it's okay. Don't hide anymore. Take off your white hoods. Don't hide your face. Do it in public. Who are they going after? The racially profiling people. DEI, CRT, equality. Charlie Kirk, the white supremacist. Hey, if the pilot's black, do I know that they're qualified? Has he ever said that about a white pilot? Of course not. Who did they pick? The most unqualified, bumbling idiot. A convicted felon, caused an insurrection, cheats on his wife, sexual abuse. But hey, you know what? He's white. So when you see a lot of these evangelicals, because I see a lot of them in my family, middle-aged white, praise Jesus, praise Jesus. Yeah, you think Jesus wants a man like this? You think he's a great reflection? No. I'm going to tell you why they want to support him. Because they view, when you hear the phrase nuclear family or traditional family values or Christian nation, when was this a Christian nation again? I'm sorry. Because I haven't heard one thing. It was founded by founding fathers that owned slaves. They owned goddamn black people like hell. Yeah, praise Jesus, right? Black people over 3/5 of a person. Praise Jesus. Only 21-year-old white men have rights in this country. Praise Jesus. Such a Christian nation. Every atrocity in this country and across the world has been done by a person with religion who has weaponized religion to push the white supremacy. That's it. Look at the Catholic Church. How many young men have been affected? And none of you Catholics stood. You still go to church and give your tithes. Well, they pay out billions of dollars in civil lawsuits because it didn't affect you, so you don't give a damn. Look at the Baptist Church. Decades they covered up the mistreatment of women. It's gross. And you still went to church and praise Jesus. Look at all the pastors right now that are being arrested for doing inappropriate things with people underage. Praise Jesus, right? But then you hear Bishop Boudet. Kindness, compassion, empathy. Nope, we don't want that. That's right, because you want to make America white again. You want Leave It to Beaver. You want a white kid in a white ice cream shop sitting next to a white cop being served by a white ice cream server. That's what you want. And for all of you middle-aged white people, you are scared to hell that that's going away. And when you hear Fox News, they have posted 244 pieces about trans people since February. Nothing about gun violence. Nothing about universal health care. Nothing about giving people a living wage. Actual policies that would make people's lives better. Because it questions their version of the traditional family. And when you hear that, let me be very clear what traditional family values means. It means white America.
He ain't lying.
I told the girls I went out with that I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'll treat you.
Now this video is pretty different. This is Esau basically finessing his own kind. All right.
Like a goddess when I'm with you, but when you're not, I'm not with you. I don't care what you do. Just keep it clean for when I'm with you again. And that's what I told them. And they didn't believe me. They wouldn't believe me. I mean, I have a play. We're watching Peter Pan at a play in one of the shows downtown Detroit with one of the girls I was dating in early, way before I met my present wife. And she tells me she's pregnant. And I went, shh, be quiet, watch the play. Shh, watch the play. Well, no, I never told her that I'd had a vasectomy after my first marriage.
Man. Oh.
Miraculous conception. We had our fourth child. So 2 months later, after the baby was born, I'd had a vasectomy. I'd been shooting blanks for years.
Man.
I never told her that.
So that shit didn't matter.
I didn't care.
Shit didn't fucking matter.
Congratulations.
She kept it clean when she was with me.
Man.
Holy shit.
If you're not black, keep scrolling. I said if you're not black, keep scrolling. This is just for black people. This is a black person conversation right now. So, if you comment below, I'm going to let you know you're going to get cussed out because this is a black person conversation. Black people. Okay, so check your skin tone. And if you're not black, keep it moving. Anyway, what the fuck is going on? I mean, were we right or were we right? Okay, this is barbaric. Barbaric. These motherfuckers are crazy. Listen, we tried to tell these hoes, these motherfuckers are crazy. The only humanity that they got is us. We are the only fucking humanity that these motherfuckers got. They don't understand that if black people like us, you know what I'm saying, was actually in position, none of this shit would have ever happened. None of it. They are destroying themselves. And this isn't the first time. This is not the first time, y'all. It may be the last time, but remember when white people were so clean? You remember?
And he's right. He was like, it may be the last time. No, it will be the last time. This is the last captivity.
They used to have this clean, pristine image. Oh, we never do anything. We're this, we're that. We're these people. It's those barbaric people. It's the Mexicans. It's the blacks. It's the this. It's the that. Bruh. Taking babies off of fucking cancer care? Like, how barbaric can you be? I mean, the Gaza. Fucking Gaza. This would have never happened if black people were in power. Never. Oh my God. And the fact that we gotta stay in this motherfucker, like, give us $1 million. Give all of us $1 million. We out, right? We out this motherfucker, right? We not even making it difficult for them. Pay us what the fuck we worth. Give us our reparations and get the fuck up out of this motherfucker. This ghetto ass motherfucking land. You can add this shit. Do you see how crazy these motherfuckers are? They talking about polluting the air again. They talking about fucking the water up again. Stripping health.
Shit, they already doing that. As he's speaking, they're doing it.
Care. I'm telling you. Thank God.
And
we are the
it.
only humanity that we have. But one thing we gotta do is we gonna have to look out for one another. If we don't have food in our house, man, make sure that your neighbor got some food. Make sure that your neighbor's kids is okay and that, you know, if someone gets sick, we start finding remedies. Let's go back to our African spiritual roots, y'all. I think it's time that we start researching that stuff. This Christianity, slave mentality shit ain't gonna work. I'm sorry.
See, Jake, no. But Jake keep on talking about that, the African stuff. He don't know that he's an Israelite. You know, once I'm telling you, man, Jake's starting to wake up on a lot of things.
Sorry, not saying Christianity is bad. Love the God that you love, but what I'm saying is there are some things that we are not attached to that us as a people need to get attached to. We need to start loving each other again. We need to start saying hello to each other again. We need to start building community. We need to start bonding on more than just a cellular level or a virtual level. We need to start seeing each other for when we see each other in the streets, we need to start being each other's conscious. We need to get in touch with each other again because we're going to need it. This is bigger than a physical battle, y'all. This is going to be a battle of the mind. This man is trying to erase any and everything about us, our history, and our existence, and trying to rewrite it in real time in 2025. And it's us as the truth bearers, who we are, our ancestors who bled in on this land and whose spirits still reside with us. It's up to us to tap into all of that we have and save what we have left. You know what I'm saying? And I believe when God calls us, when God says that name and he blows that horn, we are going to be ready. But our spirits got to be right and our minds got to be right. And
Jake waking up, Jake trying to find a way out of this hellhole, man. You know? Let me read this right quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 14. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 12. This is Jeremiah 3 and 12. It says, "Go and proclaim these words towards the north and say, return thou backsliding Israel." All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites, saith the Lord Yahweh, and I will not cause my anger to fall upon you. For I am merciful, saith the Lord Yahweh, and I will not keep anger forever. Only acknowledge thine iniquity that thou hast transgressed against the Lord Yahweh thy power, and has scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord Yahweh. Verse 14, it says, "Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord Yahweh, for I am married unto you, and I will take you, one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion." Verse 15 to the point, it says, "And I will give you pastors, okay, according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding." What you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans got to do is search out the men of the Lord, man, the prophets, the messengers, the watchers, all right, which is the true men of the Lord, all right, which are the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, and the brothers who teach us the likewise doctrine. All right.
Watch out for these.
But Jake know what's going on, man.
But what I am tired of is when the President of the United States of America violates the Constitution, trashes our norms and traditions. And what does the Democratic Party do? Comply? Allow him? Beg for scraps? No, I demand justice. This is a call, folks. The Democratic Party needs a wake-up call. I see law firms bending a knee to this president, not caring about the larger principles, that those free speech rights, that you could take on any client, why are you bending the knee? I see universities that should be bastions of free speech bending at the knee to this president. I see businesses taking late night talk show hosts off the air because they dare to insult a president. I see people who want mergers suddenly think that they have to pay tribute to this president. And what are the very people here elected to defend the Constitution of the United States saying, oh, well, today, let's look the other way and pass some resources that won't go to Connecticut, that won't go to Illinois, that won't go to New York, that will go to the states he likes. That is complicity with an authoritarian leader who is trashing our Constitution. It's time for Democrats to have a backbone. It's time for us to fight. It's time for us to draw lines.
I think it's fake, but it's definitely not fake. I actually have a list with me that I've been using to keep track of pretty much my body count. So yeah, I got it right here. It's definitely not publicity. Definitely have been keeping track of every single body that I have been using. Which now is at, I would say, 5,356. 5,356? Yeah. How long did it take you to write this list? I've been holding on to it for years, so a really long time.
Seems like this scripture just keep coming out, man. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Salakia, 2 seconds. Let me try it like this. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Con. This is Deuteronomy. I don't know why I didn't think of that. This is Deuteronomy chapter 23. In verse 17, it says, "There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel." Now, though this isn't though this isn't an Israelite, or supposedly don't seem to be. All right, there is not going to be any whores at all. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to say that, and then on the side too, almost 4,000 people that she have got got banged by is crazy.
So what's
That's past Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue. Well, it might not be past Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue, she's trying to do 2,000 in one day. Okay, look her up.
what's your response when people tell you or reply that this is all fake? I mean, I kind of just laugh. I'm like, you can think it's fake, but it's definitely not fake. Like I said, I've been keeping track of it for a very, very long time, so I think it's fake, but it's definitely not fake. I actually have a list with me that I've been using to keep track of pretty much my body count. So yeah, I got it right here. It's definitely not publicity. Definitely have been keeping track of every single body that I have been in, which now is at, I would say, 5,000.
Yeah, that's horrible, man. Let me see something. But if she's an Edomite, she ain't gonna make it anyway. Two seconds, y'all. And man, this is just, really just fucking disgusting, man, at the end of the day, because there's no reason why you should be sleeping with that many people, man, have that many partners and things like that. As a woman, that's just horrible. Let me see what this says. Let's see if we can get this in the KJV. It's 1 Corinthians 6:9. It says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind." So, let me click on this. All right. It says, "Nor thieves, nor covetous, all right, nor drunkards, nor revelers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High." Okay. So that's not going down But we can go on. We can continue.
356.
Breaking fuck the news. It is being reported that Donald J. Trump is considering pardoning, like seriously considering pardoning the diddler. Mr. Take That, Take That. Puff Daddy, Sean Diddy Combs. You hear the silence? What the fuck are we doing? Run with him! Shannon Sharpe, you did this? You got fired on your day off for stealing boxes? Come on, Shannon! You was busy paying that OnlyFans model. You just forgot you had a goddamn reputation to stand up to. What the fuck, bro? Stephen A. will have a field day with you. He gave you...
Young people under the age of 16 will not be able to have accounts on YouTube. They will also not be able to have accounts on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, X, amongst other platforms.
It's official. YouTube will be included in the under 16 social media ban coming into effect this December. The government has confirmed that despite YouTube trying to argue that they're not a social media site, but rather a video streaming platform, they're not buying it. Other platforms included in the ban include TikTok, X, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. While YouTube Kids is expected to be exempted from the ban, the matter will still be discussed in Parliament today. Come December 16th, although people under the age of 16 will not be able to make accounts on the platform, they'll still be able to watch videos on the site. However, other services that aren't being included in the ban include online gaming, messaging apps, and health and educational services. This is because the government says that they pose fewer risks to younger audiences or are just subject to different laws. Following their decision, a YouTube spokesperson has told 9 News that the platform is considering its next move.
But I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know how a red, you said the yellow was first. I didn't know how they even came about. Like, I didn't know how.
Healthy for you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's very healthy.
And you said something about an African, they crossbred them or something like that?
That's how it happened. Then when the slaves came, when the slaves got free, the women put all them seeds in their hair. You know, they had a lot of hair.
Yeah.
They healed them and brought them over here and put them in the ground. Once the white man saw what they done did and saw what they done raised, he wants to take over. That's why you think the white man tried to buy all the land he can to raise members.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's just like goat, cows, and sheep. Hogs. You used to couldn't pay a white person to eat a pigtail. You just couldn't pay a white person to eat hog chili. Turkey necks. That's trash. Now they knock us down going in the store to get it. Yes, sir.
Collard greens.
Collard greens.
All that was low quality food.
Yeah. But now, Sharpe sold it.
Right.
Now, they knock you down to get it.
And that's true. And them turkey necks and stuff like that, whenever it get around, these folly days, I call them folly days. They call them holy days. I call them folly days. The first thing that's gone is the turkey necks. The turkey necks be out, man. The turkey necks, they go in there, they get they be trying to get greens and shit. White people don't know no shit about no fucking greens and making no damn greens, man. But they be the first ones to get them, Devils. You heard about the story with the watermelon. The sisters was taking the seeds from the watermelon and bringing them up here. They was eating the yellow watermelon, which I believe, let me type this up. It says yellow watermelons are natural and just as natural as the red ones. They are as a result of natural mutations and selective breeding. All right. Not genetically modified. All right. So watermelon is supposed to be yellow. They ain't even supposed to be red. That's when you crossbreed. That's when they turn red. All right. So you learn something new,
volcano in Russia has just erupted just hours after a huge 8.8 earthquake rocked the Pacific. Lava is now flowing down the western slope of the volcano in the Kamchatka Peninsula. This comes as tsunami warnings went global from California to Japan. Authorities say they're still closely monitoring the volcano and any more seismic activity that could follow.
The animals tried to warn us, and we didn't listen. This happened in Russia yesterday before the 8.8 magnitude earthquake, and nobody talked about it. 5 beluga whales washed ashore in Kamchatka, Russia, the exact epicenter of today's record-shattering magnitude 8.8 earthquake. And in Japan, 4 whales washed ashore today due to the earthquake and tsunami that's hitting their coast right now. We're not sure what's causing these whales to wash ashore and beach themselves. Maybe it has something to do with the current, but for such a large animal to willingly beach itself, especially in a group like this together, it really makes you stop and think what's really going on. Nature always knows first. This was their warning. We're still watching the tsunamis hit the coastline of Japan while people in Hawaii are hearing the screeching sirens blare. Stay safe, and I'll keep you updated.
There were people taking pictures and videos of the tsunami. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get out of there. Get out of there. What are you doing taking pictures and videos of a tsunami? You out your damn mind or something? Luckily, all those people ended up okay. Soaked with kind of mud water, but okay. As for the tsunami itself, I think the West Coast caught itself a break. The evacuation orders have been lifted for Hawaii and the West Coast. So that's a good thing. But I'm still curious about something. The 8.8 earthquake that caused this whole thing that was just off the coast of Russia. Yeah, Russia. It just seems a bit suspicious to me that one of the biggest earthquakes ever came right outside of that guy's country. Yeah, it's just a coincidence. And so's the beef stew. Something's fishy, and it's just not the smell of the people who were trying to record that tsunami. Okay, Boosh.
It's the people that look like you.
Back away!
France, Spain, the United Kingdom, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, China, Nepal, Indonesia, the Philippines, South Korea, Nigeria, South Africa, the United States, Bolivia, Argentina, Brazil, Italy, Turkey, Vietnam, Thailand, Mozambique, Colombia, Mexico, and Russia. These floods have caused massive damage, from homes destroyed and roads washed away, to millions of people displaced, and sadly, many lives lost. Flooding has become a global crisis in 2025, impacting every continent. But why are so many countries facing severe floods this year? Is it the worsening effects of climate change, bringing more intense storms and heavier rainfall? Could it be changes in weather patterns disrupting normal seasons? Or maybe factors like deforestation, urban development, and poor infrastructure are making things worse? The truth is, it's likely a combination of all these factors, and it's something we can't ignore.
You see, but he don't never give reverence to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They don't be like, oh yeah, the Lord did this, God did this. Stupid motherfuckers.
And now this ex-IDF instructor has been hired to serve as TikTok's so-called hate speech manager in order to censor what she deems to be anti-Semitic content on the platform. Now, the U.S. government didn't manage to ban TikTok, and we all knew what they wanted to ban TikTok about, right? Like, it wasn't actually because they're worried about data collection by a foreign actor. You think our government cares about our data being collected? Our data gets collected every minute of every day. Whether it's a foreign actor or not, our government officials could not care less. But they really didn't like the fact that a lot of young people were sharing information about the war crimes Israel is committing on TikTok. And that content goes viral. A lot of young people rely on social media, for better or worse, for their information. And our government officials don't like that. Former Republican Senator Mitt Romney said that on the record. Even Nancy Pelosi alluded to that in a statement. So now, if you're not going to ban TikTok, why not get a former IDF soldier to serve as the top censor for the platform? Fantastic. So TikTok's new hire is a woman by the name of Erica Mindell, and after serving in the IDF, she worked in the Biden White House, because of course she did. According to Jewish Insider, the streaming platform...
So you got an Amalek woman that's in charge.
Warner Robins, Georgia.
When I see this shit, I really don't be caring what Esau be doing, man, because they going down. So it just be like, you know, it is what it is. It's crazy how when they start to go down, we ain't got nothing to do with them, you know, with the how they're falling, you know, besides, you know, we prophesy and stuff like that. You know, and we tell them that, you know, this place is going down because that's what the scriptures say. All right. But it's just funny to me that whenever these Edomites start to go down, or whenever they start losing, they be trying to drag Jake with them. You know, they be trying to drag the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans with them. Well, this is you want to set up this fucking system. We didn't. How the fuck is it our fault that your system is broken? You know, and then they just do outlandish shit like this. Matter of fact, let me get that scripture. This is Psalms 2:1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" You know. Degenerate behavior.
Ruidoso, New Mexico, listen up, especially Lincoln County. You're talking about Country Club Road closed due to flooding. Water is over the bridge in certain parts of Ruidoso right now, especially Lincoln County. And this, flash flood alert is going to be going on until like 7:30, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So this is going to be overnight again. It's like 55 degrees out. It feels crappy out there. The fucking rain is pouring, and you got a whole bunch of rain and chances of a whole bunch of rain coming towards you. So if you're in the Lincoln County area of Ruidoso, New Mexico, right now, I would head to higher land, because there's access points that are being cut off just off of the strength of the fucking flooding over there. Ruidoso, New Mexico.
Yeah, I seen this shit. I was like, I gotta show y'all this. Crazy. He ain't even paying attention to nobody. He just like, shit, I'm trying to get this.
This is the aftermath of the lady that got beat up in Cincinnati.
God damn. And guess what? She got hit by so-called white man.
And this is what a lot of people of a certain color, certain minority, are celebrating. And I know, because my video exploded talking about it with over 300,000 views, and I had hundreds of comments of people going, yep, they deserved it. I had people making videos regarding my video saying, yep, this is good. Y'all should be expecting more of this. This is karma. It's coming back around for what your ancestors did. Me must have payment in blood. And if you don't believe me saying that, let's pay attention to a city councilwoman of Cincinnati herself. Let's look at what she said. Right here, Victoria Parks. They begged for that beatdown. I'm grateful for the whole story. And let's look at her bio a little bit. This is her, Victoria Parks, Cincinnati City Council. They're happy it happened. It shows you there are a lot of people that hate white people, that are racist against white people. And they want blood for what your so-called ancestors did. Even though they have no idea your bloodline, where your family came from, if they owned slaves or not.
It don't matter. You still partook in it. Let me grab this. You already know what I'm gonna get. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity, shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Let me get another one. Talking about, it seemed like they're happy. Yeah, when you systematically and psychologically and physically oppress somebody. This is not Psalms. This is Exodus chapter 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. We are still in the land of our captivity underneath our oppressors. Okay, let me get another one. All right, you got to expose the truth, man. It's the truth. It's the time to bring this out. They be like, oh, they're racist. What are you talking about, man? You've been doing this. Y'all still do this to our people. Y'all act like y'all just stopped. Like they just stopped doing this shit to our people. Nigga, y'all still do it. This is Galatians chapter 6. Y'all still got sundown cities. The fuck? Sundown towns. This is Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. It's called karma. All right. Let me grab this as well. This is Isaiah. Well, I'll start at 1. It's Isaiah 14 and 1. It says, for the Lord, Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, Yahweh, for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Sound familiar? And they shall rule over their oppressors. This is a future prophecy. This is Isaiah 14 and 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, all right, which will be the man on the screen, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. All right.
1.5% of the Southern people had slaves during the Civil War, but they don't care about that. They hate white people. So white people
telling you need to plan accordingly. You need to know your environment. You need to know where you're at. And you need to keep your head on a swivel. And you should probably be an advocate for the Second Amendment hardcore.
Look how much they did to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Look how much they did to the Native Americans, man. Look what they did doing to look what they still doing to them. Look what they doing to the so-called Latinos, man, the Northern tribe. Dropped them off in the fucking middle of the ocean, and you think that a bitch getting a black eye is a problem. Man, you got something awaiting you.
Gilbert Arenas might be going to prison for a long time after just getting hit with federal charges over an illegal high-stakes poker ring. Allegedly, he had rented out his LA mansion, but instead of normal tenants, he had one of his guys turn it into a full-blown underground casino. They were running private poker games and taking a cut from every pot that was played. But this wasn't just a couple of dudes having a regular game night. They were doing everything. They had chefs, valets, armed security, and even girls walking around serving drinks, giving massages, and offering companionship. And of course, the house took a cut of all their tips too. So if convicted, Gilbert could be looking at up to 5 years for each count. And it sucks because Gilbert was just starting to build his reputation back up, from starting his own podcast, Gil's Arena, a few years ago, to getting back on ESPN, and then was in contract talks to get hired for NBC as an analyst next season. But the saddest part, back in 2009 when he was still playing, he brought a gun into the Wizards locker room after a poker game with a teammate. And that was the beginning of the end of his basketball career. So fast forward almost 20 years, and Gilbert Arenas is sabotaging his own career again when he's at the peak of it. It just shows that he needs help because he's been battling some serious gambling addictions.
And you see how much news is coming out, man, just to keep everybody distracted? It's a lot of shit. You know, because Esau got, he got that MOTB coming up, man.
You guys won't believe me, but a volcano has just erupted in the far east of Russia. I don't know if we're going to see August. Crazy part is that this volcano is also in the Kamchatka Peninsula where this morning's earthquake took place. And so they're either linked or today's just a really bad freaking day. Luckily, it's in a remote area, so it hasn't caused much disruption apart from a few aviation warnings. But yeah, add erupting volcanoes to today's list of tsunamis, typhoons, and earthquakes. You guys won't believe me, but a volcano has just erupted.
And with that, I'm going to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakodash, until next time, Shalom.